All right, here we go. Today, I'm going to talk about a subject that I talk about a lot, that I think is important, and it is how I believe, as a creative person, or just a person in general, being bored is something that we should allow ourselves to do a lot more. And I changed location to talk about it. This is my deck at my house, not at the studio, and it's my favorite place to get bored. And we'll talk about why. But there's tons of studies out there and a lot of information that you can get on what we've done to ourselves by taking away boredom. We've solved boredom. I'm not going to get preachy. I'm not going to get all grimy and in the dirt of the mental health stuff, but it is there. The amount of time that we've taken away from ourselves of letting our minds wander and process and search for answers and search for the meaning of this and that in life. We've taken all that away with devices. And listen, again, I'm not getting preachy. I use devices as much as anybody. I'm using one right now while I'm talking about getting bored. But we don't give ourselves any moments anymore to sit with our own thoughts and just process and think. And most importantly, as creative people, daydream. I can't express how important daydreaming is to the process of coming up with new ideas. Anytime that we have free moments now, we pull out our phone, we scroll Instagram, we scroll through this, we watch reels, we get lost. I've done it. Again, not being preachy, I have done this for hours. The other night, I sat out on this deck and got trapped in a reel spiral where I'm just watching funny reel after funny reel and then great music clip after great music clip. And all of a sudden, 2 hours is gone. In that 2 hours, I didn't write anything. I didn't draw anything. I didn't create anything. I didn't think anything new. And that's not good or bad, but I find myself forcing myself to be bored more often. This deck where I'm at, there's a huge tree. You can't see it here. I'll do a little video. I'll show it. There's a huge tree. I come out here, especially when it's nice, cool weather here in the Midwest. And I have my sketchbook. I have a notebook. I will put my headphones on and play music, but not search through music, not scroll through music. But I just let myself be still. I think part of the concept of sitting there and not intaking anything or intaking all the information that we get, whether it's politics or the constant barrage of talking about mental health and anxiety and all these things that have risen because of how often we don't allow ourselves to process things, is taking away from that, to me, taking away from that time of creativity. So what I love to do is come out here, sit down, sketchbook in hand, notebook in hand. I will have my computer because if I have an idea that I want to do, I'll start throwing plot cards down in my writing program. But more often than not, it's just in my sketchbooks and journals and daydream. And not with the intention of, let me go out there and create the next great American graphic novel. It's more, that's an interesting angle to look at this predicament from, or maybe a lyric comes up in a song and it inspires me to think about a kid on a journey here or there. I'm working on Boy at the End right now, and I have a Boy at the End playlist, so I'll come out and I'll play that, and it'll get me in the mood, and it'll let my brain start wandering. It'll let me start thinking up situations for him to be in. Sometimes the cicadas are so loud that all of a sudden cicadas are now a part of the story. I just think it's a very, very important part of the process of being creative, to allow yourself to daydream, think up new ideas, let your hand start whipping around the paper as you just see what kind of fills your mind. Not everything has to be so intentional. I think as we do this, for more people who are creative professionally, we spend almost all of our time doing assignments and doing things that are going to get us paid. Not allowing ourselves the time to come up with the next things that will get us paid later, or that thing that might last us, for the rest of our lives. That one idea, that second idea, there's 4 ideas that combine into one big idea. I think these are all really important things to to consider when we think about the idea of being bored. I think as kids, bored was almost a bad word. If you said you were bored, my parents would get mad. Like, if you're bored, you could go blah, 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 blah. I probably, as a parent, said that to my kids. You're bored? You can't find anything to do? But that's mostly because they're bored if we take their iPads away. I think bored used to be a pejorative. And as I've gotten older, I use it as way more of a positive, in a positive connotation. So yeah, I would encourage everybody more often, as people in general, but especially creatives, make sure you carve out some time each day or each week or on the weekends or whatever it is. Give yourself time to be bored and be still and let your mind go on a quest, go on a journey, see where it takes you. That next great idea, that next great painting, that next song, that next poem, whatever it is, that next photography project might occur to you in those moments of stillness when you're not on social media, or you're not watching a movie, or you're not, just intaking all this information that's flooding our brains all the time now. Give yourself time to be quiet and still and explore and process. So there you go. People ask me a lot, like, what brush is that? What brush are you inking with? What ink do you use? And I think the more important part is, when do you have time to get excited to do what you do? And it's in the moments. I think the best tool in my pencil box is the time that I choose to get bored. So yeah, I chose to come out here and do this video today. I ran to the studio, grabbed some get-ups and some mics. I hope it sounds good. I don't know. The sun keeps moving. I wasn't quite in the sun when I started this, but I thought I would give you guys a video of me outside in my favorite spot to be bored. Usually I have this fan over here on because it's really hot right now. It's almost 90 degrees right now. Probably glistening in the sun like a freaking sweaty... I shouldn't have cussed. I'm trying not to cuss in these videos, by the way. But I had to turn the fan off so you guys couldn't hear it on this. I'm going to turn it on real quick when I'm done though. So there, hey, turn off YouTube, get off my channel, go get bored, and go make some stuff. I can't wait to see what you guys make.